But I'll tell you, it's a funny, like we talk about like Donn Landee, who was another engineer who I was a huge fan of. And I met Don, there was a studio called Sun West.
Sun West.
That was down the street, and Don was the manager of Sun West. And I remember I had an 8-track recording, and I went in there to mix it in the studio at I think I had an electric console, had some custom monitors, and it kind of sounded pretty good. And Don was hanging out with me, right? And he was also friends with my friend Dennis Dragon, if you remember Dennis. Anyway, we're mixing this one song, and I realized, God, we're missing about a bar and a half of bass. I said, where the hell did it go? I don't know. So I said, that's a problem. But anyway, he said, no, that's not a problem, Don says. So we had an MM1000 with 8-track heads on it, and we listened to it. So Don takes a piece of 1/4-inch machine right here, and we find another spot on the song that has the same bass thing. Yeah. Transfer to 1/4-inch, and then we sync it up and line it up. We try it 2 or 3 times, and finally gets a perfect punch, puts the bass piece in. And he does this in from beginning to end, it took 26 minutes. and I feel like, Don, what the? This guy he's...
And it would happen in 2.6 seconds now in Pro Tools.
I mean, I was so blown away. And then he had also done this record BFI, which was with Daryl Dragon, who was Captain Deal, and Dennis, and it sounded absolutely amazing. This is very early. I think so. I'm a huge fan, of course. When he did listen, what was the one with the phasing? Was it Listen to the Music?
Listen to the music, yeah.
Right.
With the whole thing, the whole track phase.
And he had the 224 tracks, and he's doing the VSO thing. Is like,
so the phasing was done on 224s, not the mix.
That's correct. And then he edited the piece into the finished thing.
Because I always wondered, because some instruments sound phased and some don't, how they did that. So
it was 24 tracks being phased and then cutting that piece into the mix.
Amazing.
And then Don, not only did he record, he mastered all his own stuff. He mastered all the Doobie Brothers records. He mastered himself, as well as recording them all.
Did he master the Van Halen records?
Not here. We didn't have mastering then. But I think he oversaw that at Warner's.
Yeah, no, he actually cut the actual lacquers himself.
Yeah.
He was totally into, Don was...
we started this show kind of because of Donn Landee. It used to be about Van Halen, and then we kind of started touching down in other areas. And he called me like 6 months ago now and started giving me pointers on all the ththings that I was saying that weren't correct, and he said he'd come in and talk to Ted Templeman too, and they're going to come in and do this. But he was sharp as a tack. And
the first time I heard What a Fool Believes, I think I heard it in the radio. I stopped the car just to listen to the mix because I was so blown away with it.
All those albums he did.
And he's a lovely guy. But what can I say? He's just so talented.
Yeah.